Welcome to Hunters HQ. Today, I will be making a tier list ranking all the hunters in Star Wars Hunters. This tier list will be based on my experience playing with and against each hunter in the Kyber rank. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will make this tier list monthly. I will start off with two of the worst characters in the game, those being Amara Vex and Sproket. In my opinion, it is nearly interchangeable between which of these two deserves the bottom spot, but both deserve F tier for several reasons. To start, each is the worst in their specific hunter category. Sproket is the worst healer because he has the worst ultimate ability, worse healing than Zaina, and especially Skora, and doesn't have enough health or DPS to make up for these facts. I would choose any other character over him in a game. Next, Vex is the worst attacker in the game. Vex's gun is mediocre, along with a very mediocre ability. He loses nearly everyone on one situation, and Diago, a similar character who remains on the outskirts, is simply better. There is literally no reason to ever use Vex in a game because of his low health with no upside in any situation. Moving on, the only character I will put in the C tier is J3DI. J3DI is much worse than his counterpart, Reive, because his lack of mobility, much worse ultimate, and overall less versatility. In every single game mode, especially Trophy Chase and Kill Race, J3DI has little to none upside when selecting him in ranked. J3DI's ultimate is very mediocre, especially considering how simple it is for many characters to counter it. J3DI simply is not viable and won't be unless its damage increases significantly. Next, at the bottom of B tier is Aran Tal. Aran Tal may be very mobile, with a fairly decent ultimate, but simply doesn't have a good enough weapon to be competitively viable. Although several of the top 100 use him, there are several far more worthy substitutes that will be mentioned later on. Aran Tal doesn't have very good offensive abilities, but doesn't have defensive capability due to his fragile health. Overall, Aran Tal is very mediocre. Moving on, Zaina slides right above Aran Tal for a few reasons. Zaina is a fairly decent character with great mobile capabilities and can be very frustrating to play against. However, duo Skora existing, Zaina will never be viable without Skora getting a huge nerf. Zaina is great, but she is outshined in every aspect by Skora, so she cannot be any higher than B tier. I think that I'm going to put Grozz above Zaina for a few reasons. Grozz is incredible in Trophy Chase due to his high health and abilities. However, he is outshined by Grozz and Sentinal for every other mode, so he sadly will have to remain in B tier. Grozz is simply not very good for any other mode besides Trophy Chase because of his mediocre abilities and the much better options that will be mentioned later in this video. Next, I will put Utooni above Grozz. Many casual or low-ranked players will not come across Utooni very often because he is very difficult to unlock. However, I can assure you that Utooni is a very viable character. Utooni is amazing, especially when one has him maxed and gets bonus damage due to his leveled up switcheroo ability. His stun grenade is very effective for Trophy, especially when paired with a splash dealing ability such as Reive. Utooni blast ability really helps him stay alive while maintaining control of the objective. Therefore, Utooni is a very solid character. At the top of B tier, Charr is a very viable character. Charr's pulling towards ability is really effective against Skora and other lower health opponents, and his healing ability is straight up overpowered, especially for Trophy Chase. Charr is simply a better alternative to Grozz in every situation, due to his better abilities, weapon, and versatility throughout different game modes. Moving on, Reive is an incredible character. Reive's mobility alone makes her incredibly effective for dynamic control while still having one of the best ultimate abilities in the entire game. Reive's abilities make her an all-around great offensive character, and I totally recommend any J3D player to switch to Reive if they are trying to rank up. Just above Reive is Diago for several reasons. In Kill Race, Diago can be argued to be the best in the game, especially on Uick Village. Diago is really difficult to kill, because in many of the game modes you are forced to fight for the objective, while the Diago sits well out of range, killing all of your tank units. Diago is the best counter to Sentinal. A good Diago is able to shoot past the Sentinel's shield to hit either his head or his toes. You will rarely see a high-ranked Diago not have the most kills in a lobby. At the top of a tier is undoubtedly Slingshot. If you have watched other tier list videos, you may have seen creators outright disrespect Slingshot. Look at the top 100 leaderboard and tell me Slingshot is not extremely viable. Most of these creators are not high-ranked and therefore never see Slingshot in ranked, and the majority of you have probably never seen Slingshot before either. I promise you that Slingshot is incredible, especially for trophy chase. His incredible mobility makes him incredible for this mode because of how quickly he can acquire the trophy. All three of his abilities are incredibly, most notably his shield. His ultimate is incredible for objective-based modes, especially for dynamic control. Because of his immense versatility, Slingshot objectively resides as the third best hunter on this tier list. Now to the S tier, Sentinel is the second best character in the game. Even with the worst ultimate in the game, Sentinel is ridiculously overpowered. His shield allows him to tank for what seems like forever, while still doing more damage than most attackers. Sentinel's stun ability is arguably the best minor ability in the game, and his knockback is incredibly effective in dynamic control, especially on the Circle of Vespararo. Sentinel's all-around perfection makes him worthy of the number to spot on this tier list. Lastly, the best character in Star Wars Hunters is Skora. And it's not even close. Skora's ultimate alone wins games. Skora's ultimate is so incredibly powerful that it literally changes the game immensely every time it is played. In 90% of the Kyber games I play, the team with the better Skora always wins. Skora's gun is incredible, as well as her mobility. She has absolutely no weaknesses. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this tier list. Let me know your rank down in the comments and your main character if you want to play some games in the future. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.